I'm joined by my favorite, our resident bookworm, Audrey. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning, Candace.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Oh, man, you're right, and I'm happy to hear that. But you were telling me a little bit on that you've had to deal with like 2 back-to-back funerals.
Yes. So this book for me, I mean, someone would say, why would someone actually write a book and give us 10 keys to joyful living? But guess what? We actually need it. We're living in tumultuous times. There's so much going on. And then, so I think we need to actually be intentional about claiming our joy and happiness.
I love that. Now, the book we are talking about is I Am Joyful, 10 Keys to Joyful Living by Samuel Chawana. And the reason I started off with the context of where she's been for the past 2 days is because you said something that was very profound with me. That's it. Look, we often think that joy is a destiny. It's a destination. It's I will need this and then I'll be happy, and then I'll get this and then I'll be happy. But it doesn't work like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. And we also always think we've got time, yeah? But then you just never know when it's going to happen. So I think, like I say, you need to be intentional. The little things in the now, just be happy, just be grateful, just be joyous with whatever you have.
I hear you. Now tell us a little bit about Samuel.
So Samuel is a remarkable man, early 20s, but he's done so much. At 16 years, he was leading a church. This is his second book. The first book is called Juggling Life, and he runs his own organization and media company. And on top of that, he's an author. So even if you meet him, he's that joyful person, and you're like, why are you always this happy? and he says, leader, you need to find your joy in this life.
Yeah. I like that. You know, there's some people who you meet and you're like, you're so happy, you're annoying. Like, why are you so happy? But you don't realize it's actually your mindset that's trained you or gotten you used to meeting grumpy people or being grumpy. When you meet somebody who genuinely is just a happy person, it's like, like they need a reason to be happy that you can't quite understand. And that's another funny thing about life. You actually don't need to have a reason to be happy, do you?
Exactly. And I think one other thing, I'll blame it on our culture to some extent in our society. I think we were raised whereby, you know, this African culture, we're not supposed to celebrate wins. You know, when you celebrate your wins. But I think in this day and age, we actually need to encourage that. Small wins, not even just big, small wins. You're alive today. Your allergies are not overhyped today. That's a win. And then you keep on adding. So I see a lot of people are doing their parties, birthday parties. You don't even have to have a big one. Just go and buy a sign which says 20. Take a picture. You're celebrating. Yep.
Or even just acknowledge that it's your birthday and get out of bed with a smile on your face, and that's enough. You're happy. It's acknowledgement. So tell us a little bit about the 10 keys to joyful living according to Samuel.
Okay, so the 10 keys. Number 1. Practice gratitude. So he's got a whole list of things, you know, the things like gratitude walks. I didn't know that, whereby you're supposed to walk and just list the things you're grateful for. Some have gratitude journals, so there's a whole chapter on that. They surround yourself with positivity. I know we say this all the time, but do we really practice it? Or you just surrounded with the naysayers, the negative people? It can actually rub off on you, and then you become grumpy, like you're saying.
Absolutely. I'm very big on gratitude. I am that person who will thank you for the most mundane of things, because I believe that when I show you that I'm grateful for something that you've done, doesn't matter how big or small it is, it makes an impact on how you feel about what you've done as well. And it kind of makes you, happy as well. So I'm very big on that. I'm also very big on acknowledging the wins, acknowledging that this has happened and being grateful for it. So I have an app on my phone that's called the Gratitude app. And every day it gives me an affirmation in the tune of gratitude, I like to call it, in the note of gratitude. So something that you must remember to be grateful for. So if something as mundane as I woke up and I'm in good health, because we take that for granted. But being grateful for it means that tomorrow, I probably am going to wake up and I'm still going to feel good and I'm still going to feel well. So I'm very, very big on gratitude. I like that he talks about that, because we tend to get caught up in grumbling about what we don't have and what didn't come our way and this and that and that and that. We forget that there's actually things that are working out for us.
Nice. So you see, some people have a gratitude ball whereby they throw in, whether it's marbles pebbles or stones. And more often you actually see that your bowl is filling up because you think you don't have, you're lacking, but you have a lot. So I like this app one. I'm also going to go and look for the app. And
I'll share
have
it with you.
Yeah, because most people are now on their phones. So this will be a very good one. And then there's take care of your physical health. This one, you know, some will even laugh at the people, those ones always holding their water bottles, jogging and whatnot. But guess what? It's actually essential to do that because even with kids right now, they're always stuck on their phones. They're not going outside to play like what we used to do. So it's very important for the physical. And then embrace the moment, the now. We spoke about that. Engage in the activities that you enjoy. Some people, they like golf. They've got a whole community of golf. Like at one of the funerals I was at, the golfers actually paid some of the bills and they contributed to the funeral and they came in their numbers and it was so amazing. So if you like Zumba, if you like whatever, you like reading like me and Candice were bookworms, find something that you like doing and then do that. Set boundaries. I want you to talk about that.
Oh man, that is the hardest thing in the world. Oh, setting boundaries is so difficult, Audrey. I've recently found myself in a space where I need to set a boundary. I just cannot navigate that space. I don't think I've ever actively thought of having to set boundaries. And so now that it smacks you in the face and says, hey, you need to figure this out, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know how to deal with it. But it's such an important and essential thing to have in life, not just with your partners, but with your families, with your friends, with your colleagues, with people you are walking in. You know how we complain, people don't understand physical space or personal space. So you murimu queue and bumper to bumper, and having that nerve to say to someone, look, please just move back a little bit, is looked at like, how dare you? Like, you're so rude. Why would you tell me to move back? But it's actually setting a boundary. It's such a simple action, but it's setting a boundary.
Yeah, so this is and you find that even like if you do therapy, they'll encourage this. And then you're free to say, you know what? I'm no longer comfortable with this discussion, and you actually remove yourself. So it's all part of setting the boundaries. Another very necessary skill, but I think society then will be like, they're trying to be all that. But I think that's why a lot of people are unhappy. A lot of people are going through the most because they just can't say no and they can't set their boundaries.
And yet the freedom that comes with saying to someone, this is not my portion, this is not in my space, let me go, let me be free from this, is so phenomenal and actually does contribute to your sense of joy.
100%. And then we've got practice self-care. Another important thing, these days there are all these self-love, self-care, and then people think we're going crazy. No, even the Bible says you need to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So if you can't love yourself, how are you going to know how to love another person? So it actually starts with you. Then focus on personal growth, embrace optimism, cultivate positive relationships. I know with this one, in the world, we're a bit selfish these days. People always want to get from the other person. But in life, it's give and take.
Absolutely.
Give and take. It's not about money. It's always a touch, a hug, like you're saying. Just show some compassion. And then your relationship.
Reciprocal energy.
100%.
It has to go both ways. If I pick up the phone to say, hey, how are you? I was just checking in on you. Then, you should also be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, how are you? I was just checking up on you. Or if I happen to have a nice little garden and I see a nice little flower, there's nothing that stops me from saying, oh, Audrey, I thought of you this morning, here you go. It's just the small little things.
But then people, it's always, how like even on your phone, when people always hit you up, they'll say hi. Then next thing you know that
and
they want something. Can I have this? Even someone was talking about, how you've got your status update. 500, for example, can view it. But only 2 or 3 can comment and say hi. Why can't you just put a laughing emoji or a high five or something?
Just acknowledge that you are in my periphery and you're thinking of me.
Yes, so next time you want something from that person, it's not like you spend 6 months without saying hi. You're always talking to them. So it becomes a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Audrey, thank you so much. Where do we find this if we wanted?
So for now, this book is found with the author. You can hit him up on all social media platforms, Samuel I, Chawana, and then they'll arrange for a delivery for you.
Okay, can you get him on Amazon, please?
Okay.
Audrey, thank you so much for sitting down with us. This is the book, I Am Joyful, 10 Keys to Joyful Living by Samuel I. Chawana. Get your hands on this copy. Understand what joy is. How do you find it for yourself? And how do you make sure you're not waiting for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing that might never come? How do you learn to be happy in the moment, in the right now?
Konapo Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.